Keep your little secret to yourself. Not even your parents must have a tip of it. Well, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share so that everybody can have access to the channel. Most importantly, please leave a comment. Tell us what you think about stories as we build together. The name is Captain Ebu Sem. You can call me Domebu or Mebu for short. Let's go into the details of this story. So I've been trying to follow this course of nurses going into the UK. I sat the exams on numerous occasions, that's the IELTS, but to no avail. On 3 occasions, I failed miserably. I studied a lot, had a lot of facilitators, and practiced with Cambridge past questions. Believe me, I am not dumb. Not to blow my own horn, I am an intelligent student, and I study very well. Also, I am a Bible-believing Christian. I fasted and prayed fervently towards the exams and the entire vision. That being said, I have that resilient spirit that once I purpose in my mind to pursue a goal, I am relentless until I achieve it. Now, after the 4th IELTS sitting, I became frustrated. A friend whom I commenced this journey, who migrated in 2020, advised I enroll in extra tuition to learn a different concept in my approach towards the questions. Fortunately, she foots the tuition and my faith registration fee. Guess what? I had a worst band score even after attending tuition for 8 weeks. Meanwhile, I knew I answered the questions quite well. A few months later, I found an agency recruiting nurses to Canada to pursue a Canadian nursing course whilst they work as health assistants to completion of the program. Then they are offered licenses to practice as registered nurses in Canada. I decided to take that opportunity since UK was unsuccessful. I applied, got admission, made fee payment with my little savings and applied for the visa. Sadly, I was denied a visa. I became depressed even more. Shortly after that, I had closed from work one day, boarded a commercial bus, and sat by a middle-aged man. I had my earpiece on listening to Kofi Kenata's Digress. Now, half through the journey, the man tapped me and initiated a conversation. He says I have a bright future and that there's someone close to me who is behind all my woes. Honestly, I wasn't interested in the conversation because I figured he was one of those confident tricksters. When I alighted, he asked of my contact. I didn't hesitate to give, knowing pretty well I barely answer calls from unknown numbers. Fast forward, he called about a week ago or a week later, then he gave me the shocking news ever. My older sister, one mother, one father, is responsible for all my failures. Honestly, I didn't believe him because my sister was my confidant. I've been responsible for his son, that is my nephew's pregnancy, birth and education from 2009 to 2022. He's turning 13 years this year. I pay fees and buy stationery. Hence, could not fathom why the mother wishes my downfall. I didn't want any family conflict, so I smartly lied to the man. I had work in the afternoon, so I needed to prepare. I asked that I return his call later for further information. Immediately, I blocked him. My reason was that I've witnessed men of God use this same strategy to extort monies from people and end up breaking families. They will tell you your mother, father, sibling, or in-law has a witchcraft spirit operating against you, ask you to purchase items for spiritual direction. Now, about 3 months later, my younger brother fell ill, so I asked that he comes to my facility for medical attention. Afterwards, I took him to my place to spend a few days till he recovers. In the course of his stay, he inquired if I was writing an exam that I had failed several times. I retorted, why asking? All this while he was unaware I was embarking on that journey. In fact, no one knows about it except my sister. My brother then told me that 2 men of God had prophesied to him that my older sister is working against me. he has stepped a foot on my exams that I will never pass and leave this country. Suddenly, I became conscious of myself. I recalled what the first man whom I met in the Trotsky told me. I began to pray towards that direction. By then, I was preparing to write the IELTS exams the 6th time. Fortunately, I chanced on one prophet who also confirmed. One thing I realized was that anytime I was about to sit for the exams, I fell ill, got confused at the exam center, and recovered right after the exams. Despite that, I tried to write the exams to the best of my ability. Initially, I thought it was coincidental. I simply didn't want to relate it to spirituality, otherwise, I may lose my sense of judgment. Therefore, I treated that physically, ran laboratory tests, and took medications. I registered the exams and continued studies just as I always did. About 2 weeks to the exams, I started falling ill. I joined Alpha Hour and prayer sections via Zoom, organized by the last prophet I had an encounter with. Right from the time I registered my exams, I stopped answering calls from my sister. I sat for the exams very sick. Then I started having terrible dreams concerning my exams. The prophet prophesied about my documents being buried by my sister. He then gave me a spiritual direction to do and see the outcome. Now, prior to this, I had informed my parents. They asked that the prophet does something so they have evidence to back my claim. It takes about 2 weeks for the provisional results to be released. I did a spiritual direction on Monday dawn around 8 a.m. My sister had called my dad, mom, and brothers to ask me if she had offended me and that she doesn't feel okay. That very night, I blocked her number because I didn't want to have any conversation with her or her son. She had fallen ill severely and lost weight. When you see her, she's more like an HIV patient. Since then, she's been calling my parents to talk to me. She wants us to sit and settle any misunderstanding. Meanwhile, she and I have no rift. I told my parents I will not sit with her, even when she confesses that she's responsible for all my failures. Guess what? Each exam cost about £200. The result was released on Friday after I did a spiritual direction on Monday, and I passed to the glory of the Lord. I was so grateful to God, and this is my testimony and my confession. Well, family and friends, this is wonderful. This is wonderful news for my sister. I think the story is there is another part of the story, but I'll hold that one for now. Probably I'll bring that one later. All right. So Charlie, yes, it's through your bell. I will be back now or anything to me. It's some way, but please, this story is not always so. In that we shouldn't think that because of that no, but there are instances or cases where people that are close to us, okay, work against us in that manner. Your job is to be able to discern, okay, from there. Please, again, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let us take this story very serious, this confession very serious. I know that people are other nurses are also trying to write these exams. People have written the exam, the IELTS, a whole lot of things. Questions you see anything be asked. Charlie, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like. Please don't forget to share so that your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, everybody, relatives can have access to this channel. Please leave a comment. The name is Captain Mebu Sem. You can call me Don Mebu or Mebu for short. We'll come your way some other time. Stay blessed. It's bye for now.